Morning.
Holzman's here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Are Commissioners Coleman or Roop here?
Roop's here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Coleman is here.
All right, good morning. Well, that brings
Morning.
all of
Good
us
morning.
that brings all of us into attendance, and it is 10:15, so we will call the agenda meeting to order. Due to COVID-19, we will continue conducting agendas via WebEx for the foreseeable future, so I ask those participating on the call, please mute your phone unless you need to speak. We will be removing the other discussion item from the agenda, and we will also have a closed session at the end of agenda. With that, the first order of business is to approve the minutes from April 7th. You all have seen those. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from April 7th, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Those minutes are approved 5-0. We have 6 tariffs and new orders and 2 case discussions, which are just case updates. So we will go ahead and get started on the tariffs and new orders. First up, file number WO 2021-0253. This is in the matter of the joint application of the Public Water Supply District Number 2 of St. Charles County, Missouri, and the City of Wentzville, Missouri, for approval of an amendment to their intergovernmental territorial agreement. So the City of Wentzville and the Public Water Supply District Number 2 filed a joint request for commission approval of a second amendment to their territorial agreement. Now, the original agreement was approved by the commission back in 2000. Under the second amendment, the terms of the original agreement will be extended for an additional 20 years. The city and the Water Supply District also agree to modify the exclusive service areas that each will serve. Staff has reviewed this agreement and the filing and recommend that the Second Amendment be approved. No other responses were received, so I believe that this approval of the Second Amendment is not detrimental to the public interest, and therefore support this report and order approving it, version 1. Commissioner Kinney.
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop.
I support the order. In full disclosure, I'm a resident of the City of Wentzville.
All right. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted, version 1, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number WF 2021-0016. This is in the matter of the application of Liberty Utilities, a Missouri Water LLC, DBA Liberty Utilities, for authority to issue long-term unsecured debt. So Liberty Water is seeking authority to issue long-term unsecured debt to be used to refinance existing unsecured short-term debt, and for the purchase of the Empire District Electric Company's water assets. A second promissory note would also be used as part of a long-term unsecured note for the acquisition of a water sewer system in Bolivar, Missouri. Staff reviewed the application that was amended by Liberty and recommended it be approved with specific conditions. Public Counsel filed a response proposing a modification to one of staff's recommendations and recommending 2 additional conditions. Liberty responded that it would accept both staff and OPC's recommended conditions. So I believe that the company has established a use for the financing and that it is consistent with what is permitted in section 393.200. So I support this order approving the amended application version 2. Commissioner Kinney.
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop.
As do I.
Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number GR 2020-0123. This is in the matter of Summit Natural Gas of Missouri, Inc., changes to the company's purchase gas adjustment PGA clause. This case concerns the 2018 to 2019 PGA and actual cost adjustment for Summit Natural Gas. Staff conducted a review and audit and filed a recommendation on the ACA balances submitted by Summit. Staff is recommending the ending ACA balances for the company's 3 service areas. Summit indicated that it was in agreement with staff's recommendations and no other responses were received. So I support this order establishing the ending balances, and that is also version 1. Commissioner Kinney.
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop.
I'm supporting.
Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number WC 2021-0080. This is Jack and Stacy Wooliver, complainant, v. Missouri American Water Company, respondent. This order simply dismisses the complaint due to failure of the complainants to show good cause after they failed to appear at a scheduled pre-hearing conference. So I recommend we support this order, version 1. Commissioner Kinney?
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop?
I am supporting.
Commissioner Coleman?
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman?
I support the order.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number GR 2019-0077. This is in the matter of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren Missouri's tariffs to increase its revenues for natural gas service. Ameren Missouri Gas is requesting authority to temporarily increase the budget for its energy efficiency program. The company wants to increase the budget by an additional $150,000 since funds will be exhausted by the end of this month, and the current program year goes through August. Staff reviewed the request and recommended that it be approved. No other responses were received. So I support this order, version 1. Commissioner Kinney?
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop?
I am supporting as well.
Commissioner Coleman?
I am in support.
And Commissioner Holzman? And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted, version 1, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Final order today is file number ER 2019-0335. This is in the matter of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren Missouri's tariffs to decrease its revenue for electric service. Ameren and Public Counsel filed a joint motion to further modify an agreement originally approved by this commission on May 21st of 2020. The original agreement redirected funds donated by Ameren from its low-income projects to low-income energy assistance programs. The proposed modification would apply the remaining donated funds from Ameren to low-income energy efficiency program and for low-income energy assistance in 2021, including the utilities Clean Slate program and administrative costs for agencies that distribute funds for low-income assistance programs. No other objections to the motion were received, so I support this order granting the motion and modifying the terms of the second non-unanimous stipulation and agreement, and this is version 1. Commissioner Kinney.
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop,
I'm supporting as well.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. That concludes reports and orders. We do have 2 brief updates under case discussion. The first of those is file number EC 2021-0059. This is Missouri Landowners Alliance v. Grainbelt. Judge Clark.
Thank you. This memo concerns tomorrow's evidentiary hearing, which is set to begin at 9 a.m. This is a complaint case brought by groups of landowners who may be affected by the Grainbelt transmission line against Grainbelt Express and Invenergy. The allegation for the commission's determination is whether Grainbelt and Invenergy have violated the commission's order granting a certificate of convenience and necessity. Now, this hearing is expected to have 3 witnesses, and I do not expect that it will go more than a single day. And I'm happy to answer any questions about the memorandum or the hearing.
All right, are there any questions for the judge at this time? Okay, hearing none. Thank you, Judge, for that update. We will see you tomorrow at that hearing. Next case discussion is file number EO 2020-0227. This is a MIA Cycle 2 case for Evergy. Judge Hatcher.
Yes, this is a pre-hearing memo for an evidentiary hearing to occur next week. The hearing will start on Wednesday at 9 a.m. and I do expect it to go into a second day on Thursday. The hearing itself concerns a prudence review of Evergy's MIA costs from Cycle 2. Staff has raised several concerns, and OPC has also raised a concern that we'll be hearing about all of those next week, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm available for any questions.
All righty, thank you. Are there any questions for Judge Hatcher at this time? Okay, hearing none. Thank you, Judge, for that update. That concludes case discussion. As I mentioned, we've pulled the other discussion for today, which leaves us with scheduling and then a closed session. So let's look to scheduling. Thursday, April 15th is the evidentiary hearing in EC 2021-0059. That's Missouri Landowners Alliance v. Grainbelt. That will be via WebEx at 9 a.m. with Judge Clark. Wednesday, April 21st through Thursday, April 22nd, we have an evidentiary hearing in EO 2020-0227. That's staff's second MIA prudence review of Cycle 2 energy efficiency programs via WebEx at 9 a.m. with Judge Hatcher. Wednesday, April 21st, we have agenda at noon that day due to the hearings. And then we have a presentation from MISO at that agenda. Wednesday, April 28th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. Tuesday, May 4th, we have an evidentiary hearing in WC 2021-0129. That's Harris v. Missouri American Water via WebEx at 9:15 a.m. with Judge Jacobs. Wednesday, May 5th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. Friday, May 7th is Truman Day. Wednesday, May 12th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. And then Wednesday, May 12th through Friday, May 14th, we have an evidentiary hearing in EU 2021-0027. That's Ameren's application for an AAO to record and preserve net costs and revenues related to COVID-19. That will be via WebEx at 9 a.m. with Judge Clark. That gets us out through the middle of May. Are there any questions, comments, or requests regarding scheduling through the middle of May? All right, hearing none, we will need to go into closed discussion today under section 610.021 sub 12 RISMO. So I will make that motion. Is there a second?
Kenny seconds.
Seconded by Commissioner Kinney. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of going into closed session under 610.021 sub 12, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That motion is approved 5-0. We will reconvene for that closed session, and then we will adjourn immediately upon conclusion of that closed session. Thank you, everyone. See you in a minute, commissioners.
Thank you.